What's up, everybody? Back to another Honkai Star Rail video, and we are here to talk about the Planar Fissure event returning yet again. It's the annual, well, I guess not annual, like patchly, yeah, patchly Planar Fissure event. High key, I think they should kind of do a rehaul of this event, right? Because a lot of people complain about this event because it is double drops, and sometimes you get some good stuff, sometimes you get some bad stuff. Sometimes that good stuff rolls really bad or really good. Most of the time, people would just kind of just get the relic remains from getting relics, and then getting rid of them, and then they go about their day, right? I high key think they should rechange this event to maybe when it comes around, maybe get like one self model resin for doing all your clears, or potentially they change this event to where you can custom make a relic or something. Like you can still have the drop, but like maybe a reward for doing all the runs or something. Like I don't know, like a dice, self model resin, um, whatever it may be, bro. That's just what I think, right? Let me know in the comments what you think. If you think the event's fine, you think the event should be redone. I don't know if making the drop rate, like how during anniversary we have 300% drop rate where you get 3 times rewards. I don't know if that's really the answer. It's mostly just how skewed all the stats are in the Hoyo games, which is why I absolutely hate, oh my lord, the Ethereum restart game. When I was playing the beta, I was like, oh god, they have the freaking Hoyo stat system for their relics, bro. Oh my god, like actually probably the worst RPG equipment I've ever seen. Like I think Epic 7 was worse at one point, but the whole random RNG stat stuff on your equipment pisses me off so much, bro. Please never do that, right? Ground Cross has it as well, but it's not nearly as bad. In fact, gear in that game takes like literally like 3 seconds to like get completely perfect. But holy hell, bro, like if there's one thing I could change in a Hoyo game, I actually think it'd be the equipment system, not even the gacha system. But anyway, let's go over the list on who you should be grinding for. Do note that I have updated it since last time, but we should be getting a new planner set or a new relic set rather soon. So builds could change. Builds could very, very, very much change. Um, so I know people are probably gonna be like, oh my gosh, ZB, you like there was leak stuff so long ago. I don't cover leaks, right? The only time I've ever talked about leaks is the Castora stuff, and that's just because I thought that was like insanely scummy. But we should be getting new planner sets soon since we recently got a new relic set, and normally they drop them like one after another. So if there is a planner set coming out and it turns out to be better, just keep that in mind, right, when grinding. But I mean, hey, most of the time you're probably not getting anything crazy anyway. So how we have this set out, right, is the characters who are using the one on the left will be like here, right, and then the ones on the right, like Hyacinth, is using the one that increase speed and HP for Memo Sprites. She's on the right, and the characters who use this one, which boosts max HP, are on the left, right. Um, Obviously, there's no divider to really tell you, but it shouldn't be that hard because most of the time it's like one or two characters using one and the rest using the other. Durin slash Celestado means whatever you need more of, more crit damage or more crit rate. Most of the time, you're using Durin, I feel like, but Durin can only be used if there's other follow-up attacks on the team, so do keep that in mind. You're going to have Durin with more characters like Fei Zhao, Topaz, Ratio, and Celestado with characters like Yunli or Jing Yun who are going to use like Sunday or like Ting Yun or whoever, right? But yeah, these three are using the HP one. This one, Mouse Sprite. These two are using the Lukasha. This one is using the Banana set, right? These are all going to be the Kepri set, I believe it's this name, the Fire Speed one, right? I have moved a bunch of the Pure Fiction characters down here. I'll explain that later. This is the same type, the Hildy characters or Edition characters. This is all Glameth, right? Because there's so many energy regen sets in this game now that they're pretty much all put down to whatever one you really need. These ones are going to be, actually I just realized I put them in the wrong spot, lol. Arena into Keel, defense because Solstado is up here or in multi-set, right? Well, I guess no, all of them are up here because I didn't want to put them with multi-set just because they're like a lot more specific, right? Affect hit rate characters, shield characters, break characters that aren't fire. Everybody who is in here, I have moved down to multi-set, mostly because a lot of the healers, while wanting more HP, kind of just want like energy regen or whatnot now, so I just threw them all multi-set. The reason there's so many characters in multi-set is because characters like Anaxa, Herda, Jade, Argenti are being used as a battery for Herda, so it really depends on what you need their role to be. If you're using them in pure fiction, Venturing if you're using them as like a DPS or a shielder, the healers if you're using them like full heals, or if you're trying to get their ult faster for someone like Woho or Fushuan. Blade can use multiple DPS sets. I almost had a huge yawn right there. Support characters, are you using a set like I'm forgetting the name of it. Oh my gosh, it's the this one. It's the action advance one. I actually can't remember the name of it. Von Whack. There we go. If you're using Von Whack to action advance them as well, so there's just a lot of like variables and team building stuff that there's just a bunch of characters in multi-set and they don't have like a full definitive set, right? I will say though, Cypher is in multi-set, right? Because I know in game it says to grind Lukasha so you get her ult faster, but you can hold on to her ult to make it hit harder, right? And if you're using it to hit really hard, I feel like a better use of the ult could be in something like Glamoth, because she has so much speed. Or if you're using her with other Nihility characters like Acheron, then you can run her with this set right here. She just has a few options, and I feel like just shoving her with the Lukasha set is a disservice, because I feel like you can run her multiple ways and see some success, right? And then obviously Phanon, Saber, and Archer are not out yet because their full kits are still, beta stuff, right? And like I said, don't go for that, so I'm not adding them on this list. But other than that, that's pretty much going to be it for the video. Expecting stuff to change. Next video will probably be completely different. I don't really know what I would change if I had to pick my own like relic set. I feel like relic sets are like really weird recently, where we've gotten very, very specific with some of them, especially like Mem Sprite healing. Like, let's be real, Hyacinth will probably be the only character. Well, obviously, okay, well, that one might be a bad example because obviously you can use the speed one with other characters because it's outright healing, right? But it's very clearly made for her, right? And I feel like we're getting very specific sets for very specific characters. I would love if they had more of a general use, like Glamoth, where like a ton of characters can use it, right? Just because nothing better has really come out, right? I would love that. More universal sets would be really cool. Of course, a lot of people would hate that because you'd have to grind for like 6 characters all for the new set, which can be a bit tedious. It'd be a lot cooler if instead of, I don't know, dropping a Planar Ornament farm event right before we get a new one, maybe drop it, I don't know, when the new one comes out, when the patch comes out, but that's just me, that's just me. Obviously Hoyo wants you to do the event and then have to completely redo your relics, and maybe in that case you'd spend money or something. I don't really know. But anyway, that's it for the video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, concerns, changes you would make. What are you farming? Are you excited to get your 2 times relic remains? Let me know, and of course I will catch y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.